Good morning. Newton Hamasi on the race. Welcome today for a bold, authentic, and fearless political discussion. In our country, we are in a season where politics is taking key in everything we do in our daily life. Today, I have my guest, who is a young man from Kakamega County, by the name
Fred Muka.
Karibu sana, Fred.
Asante sana.
In our country right now, we are having issues with politics.
Yes.
And we have had a week full of political intolerance. We have had issues of political hate. As a country, what do you think, or how do you feel with where we are as a country? What happened in Kondele? What do you think, Fred?
Well, it's more than it meets the eye. I saw the deputy president in Kondele a couple of days ago.
Yes.
The deputy president in Kondele, it is said that some quarters say that he was giving out handouts, and the sharing of the handout brought the madness. Some quarters say that people disliked the deputy president and they threw stone. Some quarters blame the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga for the mess in Kondele.
Yes.
However, I will take a different angle into this. If you keenly observe the happenings in the past elections, and it is said that lisemwalo lipo kama halipo linjiani laja.
Kabisa.
The former governor of Nairobi County, Mike Sonko, Gideon Mbuvi Kioko.
Yes.
You may castigate a man, but give a man his dues.
Yeah.
Gideon Mbuvi Kioko, Mike Sonko, once came out and said that in the run-up to 2017 elections, they, in Jubilee, would organize for demos in ODM strongholds, wearing ODM merchandise, burning cars. They would buy cheap cars and burn them in ODM strongholds. Then, as the leaders in the Jubilee sector, would lay blame to the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and the ODM brigade for causing chaos. So if you follow, that was a revelation from one of the members.
I do remember.
One of the members of William Ruto and the kingpins. So it will be very hard to believe any of these quarters. For you to make a solid judgment, you need a very rational approach into this. There are possibilities. The mayhem may have been caused by the ODM luminaries. There are also possibilities William Ruto and the brigade, the Tanga brigade, may have stage managed to paint a bad image of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. It is a possibility.
Country, Fred, I agree with you with whatever you're saying. But as a country, our country is bigger than ourselves.
Yes.
There's no one who is bigger than this country. And as a country, we need to stand up with boldness and object to such menace.
Correct. We have to object. We have to condemn it in the highest manner possible. However, the manner in which people are condemning it is what I'm not comfortable with. The people condemning it and blaming it squarely to the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
But people are saying that is his stronghold. Kondele is ODM's stronghold. How can you take away the violence from this area, from the ODM party?
William Ruto has worked in different parts of Luo Nyanza. He was there during was it Madaraka de Rojamuri Day celebration?
Yes.
It was there 1st June. He received a rousing welcome. What's the difference now that he is now not receiving a rousing welcome? There are possibilities. He may have stage managed this. It's still a possibility. So it's bad to squarely blame that road to Raila Amolo Odinga. And if there are some people, there are instruments of power. If there are people who did that and can be found, Kisumu is a city. A city should have CCTV cameras. They should be able to bring the culprits on book and allay them in a court of law.
I agree with you, but as the Kenyan people, and let us be fearless about this.
Sure.
Because as the voters, where are we being used by these politicians to cause mayhem?
It is quite unfortunate that.
Just a minute, Fred. From the media statements that we've heard from the police spokesperson,
yes,
you see a country where even the police themselves They are distancing themselves from such issues. They are throwing blame games. At what point as a country are we going to stop to throw blame games from one person to this person? Now, the Ruto end, they're saying the police didn't do their job. The police on their end, they're saying the Ruto end never took advice that they were given. As the people who are in the middle, because mahali fahali wawili wanapigana, Fred, nani huumia? We are the voters who suffer.
It is said,
yes,
it is always greener on the other side. Where William Ruto and Brigade, the Tanga regime,
yes,
have been in power. They have been in power since 2013.
Yes.
We've had issues in Luo Nyanza, in Kondele to be specific. They were celebrating the other day when we had issue the other side. The tables have turned. They're now blaming the government. There's a point William Ruto, to be very specific, him as the deputy president, blamed the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and told him he should concentrate on Uhuru Kenyatta. Matiang'i is an employer to Uhuru Kenyatta. He should leave Matiang'i alone. Today, the tables have turned. He should not. I am also advising him. He should now concentrate on his country, on his competitor. He should also leave Matiang'i alone, because Matiang'i is only exercising the duties as a minister in charge of interior, security and coordination of government apparatus.
Fred, you know, from the time I've known you,
yes,
and from the platforms you've been, you're a man of fearless stature. You say it as it is.
Exactly.
And thank you so much for coming to our show today.
Yes.
For our listeners, this is Icon Radio. The show is The Race. Kindly follow us on www.iconradio.ke. Our Twitter handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My handle is @Hamasi Senior. Always follow me so that we can continue to have this discussion. Now, Fred, again, it brings me to another aspect of the politics that we're experiencing in our country. In whose hands are we safe? We have on this end William Ruto with his UDA. We have Raila Amolo Odinga with Azimio la Umoja. We have Musalia Mudavadi with his economical model. We have the Speaker, Justin Muturi, who is outrightly coming out and saying, Kenya Kwanza. In whose hands are we safe, Fred?
I think we should. We are safe in so many people's hands.
Yes.
But what matters most is I'll ask the other question the other way around. In whose hands are we not safe? In whose hands are we not safe?
In whose hands are we not safe?
Yes.
Not in whose hands are we safe?
Yes.
Why?
Because the entire country, you cannot rely safety of the entire country in a single person's hand. But it's very easy to identify in whose hands are we not safe in the entire country. There's so many people we are safe. We are currently safe in Uhuru Kenyatta's hands. We have been safe in Mwai Kibaki's hands.
But we are still struggling in Kenyatta's hands, His Excellency's hands.
Uhuru Kenyatta has had some problems in his government. They took so long during the honeymoon period. When they came to power, I think it was out of the blue. They didn't believe they could get power. The honeymoon took so long. And there were some challenges, especially challenges to do with corruption, challenges to do with the public debt, the high cost of living. They've had a lot of challenges in the regime. And I believe during the second term, Uhuru is trying to redeem himself. And thank God of the peace and tranquility in the country. Thank God for the handshake. At least, who would have imagined Uhuru will step in Kisumu and get a rousing welcome? Who would have imagined Raila Odinga will even do a single rally in central Kenya, a single rally? Who would have imagined that one person from Mount Kenya will sit in a show and praise Raila Amolo Odinga? Who would have imagined? So at least there's some peace and tranquility in the country. Thank God to the handshake. And there are also some development being experienced. It's quite unfortunate that during the second term of Uhuru's government, the world was hit by COVID. And it was the down low of the government. But they have been able to come out of it. And you could see, basically in every part of this country, there's construction going on. There's construction of a road going on. to me, it is too early to judge Uhuru. But when the history of this country will be written, it will be remembered that he is a man that has been a forefront in infrastructure development. During his term, we've had electricity in every part of this country. Electricity is in every corner, the railway transport. We may have had challenges, most likely in corruption, but if he tries to tame that, then, like the way he has tried to tame it out this second term, the history of this country, when it's written, it will not be bad for Uhuru Kenyatta. So in whose hands are we not safe?
Yes.
We are not safe in the hands of a person that is not welcomed in every part of this country. We are not safe in such a hand. We are not safe in a person whose history is, who has not fought for anything in this country. When people are fighting for multi-party democracy, you are fighting for status quo. When people are fighting for the constitution, you are opposing the constitution. When people are fighting for safety, for people to come together for the handshake, you are fighting the handshake. We are not safe in such a person.
What are you trying to say in simple words? Because, Fred, as I told you, this is the show called The Race. And in The Race, we are bold. We are fearless, Fred. We are fearless. We say it as it is. We say it as it is. Whose hands?
That's
Fred,
what I'm saying. We are not safe.
Yes.
In the hands of a person that thinks that the economy of this country can be revamped with the tool of the 16th century. We are not safe in William Ruto, my friend. We are not safe. I don't know whose hands we are safe. Mudavadi, we are safe in his hands. He can make a good president. We are safe in Kalonzo Musyoka's hands. We are safe in Justin Muturi's hand. We are safe in Raila Amolo Odinga's hands. Your history.
Is it just a
Your
perception history that Kenyans are creating towards one particular person?
No. History. What has this person fought for? Shame you. Tell me one thing that William Ruto has stood for and fought for in this country. Then we'll be able to make this argument move further.
But at this moment, I think he's fighting for the common man down there.
Which common man? Which common man?
The bottom-up technology agenda is not something to laugh about. Because you see, most of the Kenyan economy is driven by the person down there, Fred. Let us be real and honest here. The person driving this economy of this country is not the cream de la cream, but the small person down there. And that is what His Excellency William Ruto is trying to push.
The same person that closes any opportunity for that person to get something. The same person that corruption scandals are known in his office. The same small person that will have benefited in irrigation schemes that money was squandered in. The same person that is a farmer, the same small person that is a farmer down in Rift Valley in Kitale, that he goes ahead and imports maize. You've heard of the maize scandal, my friend?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Which small person?
But again, it begs the question, Fred. And as I told
the
you,
bottom-up approach, even his lieutenants are unable to explain it even on TV shows.
Fred,
his close lieutenants.
We are authentic on Icon Radio.
Yes.
Do you have evidence of whatever you're saying, my friend?
Have you heard Alice Wahome explaining about bottom-up? Is she not a lieutenant? Tell me any of the lieutenants explaining about bottom-up. What is bottom-up? Where has it worked before?
It has worked.
Where? Which country? Which country?
Even in the United States.
Which country?
I remember John Biden. He single-handedly mentioned about not going from up bottom, but from bottom up technology, or kind of the agenda of bottom up.
In an economic class, the people that hold the card to success of a country are the middle class.
The middle class.
The middle class.
Who are being ignored by all these candidates.
The middle class hold the card.
Wow. But do they vote, Fred?
The A class, the selected few, who are the pioneers, who are the owners of who is who, don't have the luxury of promoting the younger person. Mm-hmm. They would allow them to be laborers in their farms. Mm-hmm. But the middle class has the luxury of improving his business. We should be talking of creating a country whereby we are not looking for job seekers. We are looking for job creators. The country should open up doors for job creation. When you have a situation whereby we have job creators in the country, the economy of the country will definitely increase. And job creators can be created when you open up investment opportunities in the country, when you open up, when you close corruption loopholes in the country. That is what these people don't want to talk about.
Thank you so much, Fred. As our listeners on the other end, welcome to the show The Race, where we are bold, authentic, and fearless in our discussions. Follow us on our social media platform, that is Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at iconradio.co.ke. My Twitter handle is at Hamasi Newton. Instagram, follow me at Hamasi Senior. Here we are bold, we are fearless, and we say it as it is, real and real. As a country, we are in a state of politics, and here we are discussing politics. Politics shapes a country. The country is bigger than the politicians. Welcome. We'll be back.
Icon Radio.
Welcome back. The Race. Your host Newton Hamasi on iconradio.co.ke. We are bold, we are authentic, and we are fearless in these discussions. This is the year of politics. And I lie you not, on The Race, we are facing things as they are. Real and real time. My guest today is Fred Muka from Kakamega County. Fred.
Yes.
You've told us a lot of things, but as young people, you mentioned something about the middle class. As the middle class, young people, the youth, who are the majority in this country, what is our role?
There's no taxation without representation.
There's no taxation?
Without representation.
Oh my.
And in the judgment day,
yes,
God will judge the oppressors and the oppressed equally.
In equal measure.
He will judge the oppressed for accepting oppressors. He will judge the oppressors for oppressing the oppressed. And he will judge the oppressed for accepting oppression.
Yeah.
We should stand firm and say no to oppression. Mm-hmm. The middle class, the young people, that the majority of this country, they cause the biggest percentage in the voting bloc. Mm-hmm. That's a voting bloc that does not know a Luya, a Kikuyu, a Luo, or a Kalenjin. Mm-hmm. These are people we meet, share, and dine, and discuss ideas equally. Mm-hmm. These are the people we are talking about. Mm-hmm. These are the brain tank behind Vision 2030. Mm-hmm. These are the people that will stay in this country for longer. These are the people who have time on their side. Mm-hmm. These are the people that will manage these elections as election officials, as aspirants, advisors, as aspirants themselves. And these are those are the same people that will, in case we will have fights, God forbids, these will be the highest culprits in the fiasco. So I call upon the young people to take and seize this opportunity to control their own destiny. Their destinies are in their own hands. Because we have to contest for seats. I love a nation newspaper today, one of the dailies today. Yeah. At least it has highlighted a number of young aspirants and their quest for leadership. So I call upon young people to come out in large numbers, to contest for seats, to command their space, and elect people that will lead this country for a better tomorrow. We need leaders that will carry us from the current promiscuous and terrible state to a golden and foreseeable tomorrow.
I tell you, Fred.
Yes.
And I remember the quote of Kofi Annan.
Yes.
He said, any society that does not succeed in tapping into the energy and creativity of its youth,
yes, will
be left behind.
Exactly.
As Kenya, are we being left behind because the country has refused, or the young people have refused to be participatory in the politics of this country?
In politics, nothing is given on a silver platter. Mm-hmm. You command for your space, and you take your space. Mm-hmm. You take charge.
You take charge.
You take charge.
But again, it brings me to the question, money and politics, Fred.
Yes.
Bana hawezi simama kura kama hauna pesa bana. What is your opinion
that
on that? Because young people outside here are being limited by funds.
It is a fallacy.
It is a fallacy.
In my own constituency,
yes,
one of the top parliamentary candidates.
Yes.
It's called PK Peter Kalero Salasia.
Salasia.
Mumias East.
Yes.
He has no money. He has been accepted by the people without money.
Yes.
And is giving people sleepless nights.
So it is possible.
It is possible. Package yourself. You don't have to have money to contest for the seat. You need to have an idea and an agenda. You need to buy the agenda yourself. If you are unable to convince yourself that it is possible, given 10 million, it will be impossible again. You need to convince yourself first that this mission is mission possible.
So you must have the commitment.
You have to convince yourself, Newton, that this mission is possible.
The moment you do that, you're home and dry.
You're home and dry.
If you're listening and you're a young person, please take charge of your life. Participate in politics. Because politics shape a country. They shape the future of a country. Here at Icon Radio, the rest. Follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. iconradio.co.ke. Follow me at Hamasi Senior on my Instagram, at Newton Hamasi on my Facebook, and as well as Twitter. Let us keep the discussion going. The hashtag is the race, and we are in politics. And politics, you have to be bold, authentic, and fearless.
Oh, yes.
Fred.
Correct.
You come from Kakamega County.
Yes.
Tell me, we have a lot of young people who have endorsed themselves to run for the seat of the governor in Kakamega County. The people in Kakamega who are listening, what do you have to tell them?
The beauty of Kakamega is the illiteracy level in Kakamega so low. Mm-hmm. And people in Kakamega are enlightened.
Yes.
People in Kakamega know what they want. Mm-hmm. People in Kakamega know where they are from, where they are currently, and where they intend to be.
Yes.
People in Kakamega know that the seat of a governor needs experience, needs a person that has had quality time in the public sector, who has been able to handle colossal amount of money, who has no experience, who has no history of chewing public coffers.
Fred, in your own words, are you trying to tell me for someone to be governor, you must have worked in the civil service?
You must not have worked in the civil service, but you must have had experience in handling public money. We are talking about public money.
Yes.
And Wycliffe Ambezo Paranya, our current governor, who
you already called him a former.
Is a current governor, sorry. He will be a former governor by 2022 August. He has set the bar too high for any Tom, Dick, or Harry to think he can just walk in and become a governor of Kakamega. We are talking about replacing a former chairman, council of governors. We are talking about finding a successor to a person that has been the brain tank behind Vision 2030. We are talking about finding a successor in Kakamega to a person who has been a minister of planning in the best ever government this country has ever had, the Kibaki government. We are talking about finding a successor to one economist, CPA holder, FCPA, Wycliffe Ambezo Oparanya. That person can only be replaced by a person with either worst case scenario, a person who can match that CV word by word, or somebody above him. And of the aspirants gunning for this seat, you can take it to the bank, Newton. Mark this date.
Yes.
The next governor of Kakamega County
is
one FCPA Fernandez Baraza.
Bana Fred, let us tell each other the truth.
Yes.
And let us be authentic about what we are talking about.
Correct.
Fearless. May I want to tell you, Bana, Kakamega County has several aspirants. You cannot wish away the Khalwales of this world. You cannot wish away the Malalas of this world. What gives you that confidence enough in your candidature of FCPA?
I will give you an assignment
after
this show.
Yes.
Call 10 people at random in Kakamega. At random, to your own peril, at random.
Yeah.
ask them the qualities they look for a governor.
Yes.
And the people they think will be a governor of Kakamega. One thing for sure they will tell you,
yes,
that a mouthy person can never be a governor. A mouthy person goes for the Senate. That is what is entrenched in the mindset of a Kakamega resident.
So you're telling
even
me
a shoe cobbler, a changa seller will tell you, muti ya mudomo ni muti ya Senate. Governor ni manager. They will tell you that.
Governor akuwe manager.
How will you imagine Oparanya beating Halwale, even in his home turf in Malinya, in Kolomani? How will you imagine? You can measure the mouth of Halwale and Oparanya. How?
So you're telling me you have to have experience. But again, Fred, I just...
Character counts. Character. Morals matter.
Wow.
Yes. Your character must count
for
you to be a governor in Kakamega. So, to me, Malala, Halwale, and other busybodies like Savula, I rule them out. It will be a strong race for them if they opted to do a senatorial race. Any one of the three can be a senator.
Now, again, that brings me to the question of Luya unity.
Yes.
The Luya people, me included.
Yes.
Let me be particular. We have been accused of being separated, being divided by all other outsiders who come in our county.
The people
what do you
who
have to say about that?
Those are innuendos. Have you ever found wars in Luya land? People fighting against each other? Which kind of separation that does not include wars? Which kind of hatred that does not include war? Have you ever had Luyas fighting each other or even backstabbing each other openly? Luyas do not differ. Luyas are democratic. The people who are spreading that propaganda are people who want to tribalize this country, want people to vote on tribal lines. In fact, if each and every part of this country would be like Luya land, democracy will be at par in this country. Let the hawk perch and the eagle perch. Whoever says no to the other, may his own wing break.
Wow.
Give each and everybody an opportunity to come and sell their manifesto. Let the people decide, as Matiba said. We should not vote for you because you are a Luya. And you should not accuse us for not supporting a Luya because we have a Luya candidate. Should we have to vote for our best suited tribesman, or should we have to vote for the best suited Kenyan for the right mind, for the right job? I urge other parts of this country to borrow it from the Luya leaf. I ask people in the Rift Valley, people in Nandi, not to vote William Ruto because he's a Nandi. People in Central should not vote someone in Central because is from Central. People in Luo land should not vote Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga is a Luo. You should have a reason why you are supporting a candidate A, B, or C. And that can be you can borrow that leaf in Luya land.
Again, on the same, I tend to support that model you're talking about. But there's this issue of hatred. Why do we have politics of hatred in our country? Because you see, you find a particular group of people, they hate Musalia Mudavadi just because he's Musalia Mudavadi. People hate Raila Amolo Odinga because he's Raila Amolo Odinga. Why, as a country, why can't we move away from the politics of hate? And when I say this, I mean, we have had newspapers, the dailies, online, on Twitter, people trolling Raila Amolo Odinga from the mountain. And then the people of Nyanza, the people of Western, the people of Coast, they trail the Kikuyus. Why would we be in such a state?
I think we started on a wrong footing as a country.
Yes.
Msingi yetu ilikuwa imejengwa kwa misingi ya hate. But ultimately, as we move, we are overcoming it. Only few culprits want to take us back. But initially, hate was there, hate was imminent. But moving forward, I believe that's something changing, and it's changing with time. Because if Musalia Mudavadi could go to Meru, if Raila Odinga could go to Meru, William Ruto could go to Meru, and they're not all Merus, they all get a rousing welcome. There's some positivities into it. We only need to shape from where we are and play for a golden tomorrow. And everybody plays his part. The presidency is a symbol of national unity. And if you have a president that does not portray national unity, we go back. Uhuru Kenyatta has tried his best to be a person of national unity, because he has been able to embrace his worst critics, and they're even in the government. So if you get a president of that caliber that will talk Azimio la Umoja, unity for all, Kenya is bigger than all of us, we are headed the right direction.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
To our listeners who are tuned in on www.iconradio.co.ke, this is The Race. Your host, Newton Hamasi. We are bold, authentic, and fearless. And this is what I want to tell you, young people, and as a country, and to our politicians. Competition does not mean hatred. It is ideology and strategy. As a country, as a people, let us stand out to embrace each other. Whatever happened in Kondele, we condemn it. But again, we call on the security apparatus to take charge of the country. We want a peaceful country. Politics will be there. They'll come and go. But we have a country that we need to protect. It will be there now and forever. Fred, your parting shot.
My parting shot will be to urge Kenyans to tolerate every individual. Let the hawk perch and the eagle perch. You should never say no to the other. Let everybody come and sell his or her manifesto. But we should shun tribalism. We should not elect somebody based on tribal grounds, but we should elect somebody based on what he has to bring to this country and his ability to unite us as a country together as one. Thank you.
Together
as one.
As one.
One love.
Thank you very much, our listeners who tuned into www.iconradio. We are here every Monday, 8 to 9 a.m. Let us have discussions around politics. We are fearless. You can send in your comments. You can follow hashtag The Race. Follow our social media handles. That is at Icon Radio KE on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I've been your host, Newton Hamasi. Every Monday, let us meet here for a bold, authentic, and fearless discussion. Thank you very much. See you next week.